Well, we're joined now from North London by the Attorney General, Suella Braverman. Hello, nice to talk to you today. What is going on in Parliament?
Well, this is obviously an appalling report and completely unacceptable behaviour if proven to be true. I haven't met anyone in Parliament or in government over the last 24 hours who hasn't expressed just total shock, actually, and disappointment.
You say if proven to be true. Do you think it may not be?
Listen, I'm a law officer. I never prejudge the outcome of any due process, but I'm very glad there is a rigorous process that's in place now. I'm very glad that the Chief Whip has referred the matter to the independent complaints and grievance scheme. That is a robust and impartial process which will carry out an investigation, and I hope will apply, if proven, as I say, apply the appropriate sanction.
And as far as you're aware, has a name been given to that independent complaints and grievance scheme for them to take action and start an investigation?
Well, I'm not aware of the name of the individual in question, and I'm not aware either actually of who the complainants are. I wasn't in the meeting where the concerns were raised. I've heard about it through other colleagues, so to speak. The complaint has been referred to the grievance scheme. There'll now be an initial investigation, and certain criteria will apply, and then there'll be a more fuller investigation if appropriate, and as I say, a ruling and a sanction if appropriate.
I mean, in terms of the number of MPs who are also being investigated for inappropriate behaviour, 56 I think it is the independent complaints and grievance scheme also dealing with all of that? Because it seems like they're rather busy.
Well, you're right. There's been a report of 56 members of Parliament currently under investigation. So we've got to be careful. They haven't been proven yet, but under investigation. And let's be clear, even one complaint and one proven complaint is too many. I'm obviously disappointed by that number. It is a minority of male MPs or MPs in general. And speaking from my own experience, I've been an MP for 7 years. I've been in politics for 20 years. I haven't experienced any kind of harassment or sexual misconduct. And actually, all of my interactions with male counterparts have been positive. The men that I've worked with have been respectful and courteous. So I don't think this is pervasive to Parliament or pervasive to politics. I think this is actually more reflective of a broader social issue we have in our broader culture. But of course, we have a minority of people who are subject to complaints. I think that probably reflects many, if not all, workplaces, and very disappointed by that. There will be the proper process that is applied. But I actually think we need to be asking ourselves more profound questions as to why, as a society, we're getting to the position where it's becoming normal for some people to watch pornography in the workplace. Why is it so accessible? And actually, those are some of the broader questions and more profound questions we need to start talking about.
You talk about some people and MPs in general, but let's be clear, are there any suggestions that there are any allegations that female MPs have looked at pornography or that female MPs
I don't think
sexually harassed
I'm very clear about it. It is men generally who are guilty of this kind of thing. I don't think I don't know who the complaints are made against, but I very much suspect they are largely against men when it comes to sexual misconduct issues.
Do you think there should be a police investigation?
Well, at this stage, we have this is a workplace misconduct issue. There's a code of conduct that all members of Parliament subscribe to, and it's against that code of conduct that this MP will be judged. It will be overseen by the Parliamentary Commissioner for Standards, and there will be a sanction appropriate to the proven wrongdoing. And that could be a range of things. It could, I think this is very serious potentially, and I think it should potentially carry one of the most serious sanctions. But sexual misconduct covers a range of of issues, from harassment to sexual assault to non-consensual behaviour, voyeurism, stalking. There's a broad range which comes under the umbrella of sexual misconduct. But I think that watching porn in the chamber is absolutely outrageous and should definitely come under sexual misconduct.
Do you think whatever sanctions there are enough? Because we've heard about people potentially losing the whip, but shouldn't it be pretty cut and dried that anybody who's actually done this during work time, especially in somewhere like the chamber where it's actually publicly viewable, it is not suitable to remain in their job?
There are many possible sanctions, and they go up to suspension or even expulsion from the House of Commons. And, as I said, I don't want to prejudge any decision that should be made by an independent body. But yes, the most serious sanction could potentially apply in this case.